What is going on, guys? My name is Phamily Shucks, and welcome back to another episode of Clash of Clans. In today's episode, we'll be covering a couple of topics, but as the title states, the first thing that we will be covering in the first portion of this video are wall breakers. So it's going to be a pretty brief strategy guide on the usage of wall breakers in Clan Wars. Now I know what you guys are thinking, wall breakers are probably the easiest thing to use while attacking in Clan Wars, but to your surprise and to mine also, it's very surprising to see people still screw up wall breakers and also miscount wall breakers, especially where it counts in these war attacks. Now, agree to disagree with me on this, but in my opinion, wall breakers are probably the most underrated troop in Clan Wars. And that's basically because all they do is break walls. They don't deal damage. All they do is break walls, as their troop name says. But if you fuck up your wall breakers, especially when it comes to a 3-star attack, that could lead to you failing that 3-star attempt. Now, of course, there are some people who can think on the fly and adjust as needed, so props to those guys. But for the most part, a majority of the war community really relies on the proper and standard execution of your 3-star army. So like I was saying, wall breakers are probably the most important part of your hybrid portion because they're what determines if your heroes walk around the base or go where you want them to go to take out that Archqueen or anything else in the base. So I'm going to throw some stats up on the screen for those who still don't know the count to break through some level 9 to max level walls, and I mainly focused on the Town Hall 9 to Town Hall 10 war community, as well as more focused on the walls that you will mainly see in wars, which are level 9 to level 11. So moving from left to right, starting with Town Hall 9s, it goes 3, 3, 4, and for Town Hall 10s, 2, 3, 3. So keep that in mind for those who don't know it, and embed that into your mind when you're planning out your attack and also when you're making up your army composition. So now we're going to head into the quote-unquote tip portion of this video with some examples. Now, when you're using wall breakers in Clan Wars, you kind of have a tendency to start spamming them in one spot. Now, even though this might work for you maybe 50% of the time, there are other instances in your attack where your wall breakers will start to target walls all over the place and not focus directly on one wall. Now, Leroy did get very lucky because that Expo did not lock onto that wall breaker before it exploded. So as you guys can see, tapping furiously in one spot with your wall breakers can be very risky, but in this case, if you press and hold when deploying your wall breakers, you pretty much guarantee that all your wall breakers will come from the same spot and target the same wall that the first wall breaker that left your finger is targeting. Now, moving on to the next tip, this can be used by basically everyone, even if you're going for a 2-star with Go Wipe or Go Wee Wee, or a 3-star attack with Go Ho or La Lune, and this is called offsetting your wall breakers. Now, the concept of this is very basic. As you guys can see, Tove is doing a great job of exemplifying what I'm saying, and it's basically not placing your wall breakers in the same spot where you place your golems, and this mainly pertains to when a base has outside wizard towers such as this base, or mortars that are in range of where you are entering. And the reason being is because the golem is already attracting a ton of fire right from the start. It's already attracting the splash damage of the wizard tower and also the splash of the mortar, and if you don't do it, you're gonna end up like this guy who ends up placing his wall breakers not in the same spot, right on top of the golem, and that wizard tower is going to take it out, and this guy is not going to have a clean break, and that's basically going to fuck him up because now he has to waste more wall breakers, which he could have used to break into more of the base instead. Now keep in mind, when you're using a 3-star army composition, you don't have a lot of room for error, meaning you might not get that opportunity for a second or third chance, meaning that your first chance has to be on point. Plus, with the army composition being so strict, you'll only be able to bring at least 2 to 6 wall breakers, reiterating the fact that there isn't going to be a lot of room for error. So as a recap, remember the amount of wall breakers it takes to break through level 9, level 10, and level 11 walls. Offset your wall breakers from your golems, and in order to maximize the effectiveness of your wall breakers, press and hold while deploying your wall breakers to ensure they go to the same spot. So hopefully this brief guide will help you guys improve your clan war attacks, because honestly the minute details really affect your performance and your outcome when going for a 3-star. You don't want your heroes banging on walls and getting killed now, do ya? So with the remaining time left in this video, I did mention in the beginning that I would be talking about another topic, and that new topic is discussing the new Archqueen AI. Now, as you guys know, the update recently changed the Archqueen so that she is no longer a glorified wall breaker. And with that being said, she really does love going on walks on the beach, And some people are still complaining. For me personally, my experience with her is that I haven't really had a problem. I like her new AI in the sense that it is opening up a various amount of new attacks or bringing a rise to more attacks such as AQ healer walks or hero walks or anything of that sort. And to those who are still struggling with the new Arch Queen AI, honestly, you shouldn't be blaming her because that is all on you. You're just basically doing a shit job of funneling her because as of right now, with the new AI, you really have to create a wider funnel for your heroes. No longer with the small funnels and having your heroes shoot straight in, but you have to create the wide funnel with your wizards or minions and really exploit the base. And thinking about it now, this new AI kind of indirectly affects the way how you plan your attack to try and get your heroes smoothly into the base. So that is all I really want to talk about on the new Arch Queen AI. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments. But that is it for today. Hopefully you took something away from the wall breaker tips and use it in Clan Wars. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.